everybody, this is Kevin from Fort Orange Woodworking. And if you watched my introductory video, you may recall that I said that if you learn something from me, it's probably going to be from mistakes that I made and not because of my expertise as a woodworker. Today is such a case. I made a pretty big mistake that I need to go back and fix, and I think this is going to be a good lesson in not only what not to do, but also about being a little bit more careful in your projects. So, long story short, this is a 6-bottle wine rack. This is a standard bottle of wine. Standard bottle of wine measures about 12 inches. When I measured and made my plans for this wine rack, which I have made about at least a dozen of these in the past, I measured for the posts to fit a bottle of wine. And I measured them out to be, I think 13 inches, or yeah, 13 inches. So 13 inches, giving me 1 inch of wiggle room for the bottles to fit in. However, what I failed to do was account for this space underneath where the glasses need to go. So I now have a exact fit just about for the bottle to go in here. And as you can see, it won't fit. It's just too tall. This is a big mistake. I need to add about 1 inch of headroom to make this work. The problem is this can be raised, but these posts can't become bigger. So I need to add 1 inch of space, and I think I have a technique to do that. There's a couple of different ways I could probably do this. I am going to take a little bit of a creative, somewhat artistic approach to it and try to fix it. So stay tuned, watch the rest of the video, and see how I fix this awful mistake, because I have made 4 of these and I gotta fix them all. So stay tuned, I'm gonna get to work. Step 1, very carefully, I need to remove the top shelf portion from the main body of the posts. Now, this shouldn't be too hard because this is only secured in with 1.5 inch brad nails. They're not visible, so I didn't go with screws or standard nails. This should be an easy fix because the brad nails are tight enough and secure enough, but they'll come off easily enough with a couple of whacks from a dead blow hammer, which I'm very carefully going to do. Just light taps to get a little bit of separation until those brad nails start to separate. And the reason why I'm using a dead blow hammer instead of my standard hammer is the dead blow has a lot more give to it, and it's not going to damage the wood or try to break right through it. Step 2, I need to remove this back plate. It's going to look a little funny because the gap between here and here is now going to be a little bigger, but I'm hoping that it's not too visibly obvious, and I'm going to roll with it. If I need to, I will just get another board that is 1 inch higher so that it has the same space between here and covers the height that I need. So let's see how that goes. This is going to be a little bit trickier because this back is held in with actual nails, not brad nails, so I got to be a little bit more careful in removing this. Here I'm using my Japanese flush saw to cut these wine corks in half to be used in the next step of the process. I found that it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to though, so I moved over to the bandsaw. This process went much more smoothly. Okay, off camera, I did a little bit of a glue and screw here. I took my blocks that I made that looked like this. Carefully measured, stuck them on top of my posts, and I left some space on the sides and the front for my now cut wine corks. These are going to go like this all the way around. I can just get away with gluing these probably. And hopefully that'll be it. So I did a glue and screw on the tops, making sure that I didn't split the wood. Pilot holes in the tops, and then I just screwed them in. These are 2-inch number 8 screws. That's it. Pretty simple. Easy fix. Let's see what happens when we glue these on. I've decided I'm going to reuse the board that was on here originally. I don't think that this space is going to make much of a difference. This is going to be a wider gap than down here, but because it's a rustic look, and some of this is hidden anyway, I don't think anyone's ever going to notice. So I'm just going to continue. I don't think it's going to make a difference in the overall project. So I'm just going to put these nails back in. Okay, one last step. Take our live edge top, put it back on, secure it with some brad nails, and we should be done. Okay, one last step. Take our live edge top, put it back on, secure it with some brad nails, and we should be done. there it is. And that's it. We have filled that 1-inch gap. We have given it a neat little artistic creative feature here, and it almost looks like it's supposed to be there. So all in all, not a bad job. I'm happy with this. It's a good fix. Okay, let's I'm gonna work on the other 3, and that should do it. So in today's video, we had a problem, one that we created ourselves. And by ourselves, I mean me. I did the problem. So we needed to come up with a clever solution to add a little bit of height to these wine racks so that they would fit the bottles that they're intended to hold. And I did that by adding a stop block that gave me an extra inch of clearance and added a decorative effect using wine corks that I already had laying around the house. So the moral here is that when you make a mistake, it's bound to happen. So when you make a mistake, don't panic. There's usually a solution to it, and sometimes the mistake you make might actually end up looking better than the original attempt. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to include some still shots at the end of this video so you can get some close-ups as to what this looks like. I was going to stain these, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave them in this natural state and sell these on my Etsy shop at Fort Orange Woodworks, and I am going to allow the potential buyers to choose their own color stain for these 4 wine racks that I finished. So again, remember, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and as always, I'm happy to hear your questions or comments. Take a look at these still shots. I will see you next time in the shop. Thanks everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.